Is it working? Mm. I'm back on my laptop because I have everything already set up on my new PC, and everything's kind of had to be reset on my laptop, but I don't know. I guess I'm more comfortable with my laptop. Mm. I need to see if it's even working. Hmm. 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 I didn't make a thumbnail, and now it's using my banner. I was hoping it would just I was hoping it was just use, my stream, but I mean it might. Do I want to share this on Twitter? I need to send the link to my boyfriend because he said he wanted to come. I guess I will post it on Twitter. I'm sure there's some people who are going to want to hear from me. Of course, now my mom's calling. Hold on, adventures, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Thank you, Simon. I appreciate it. What was I doing before my mom called? Oh yeah, I was gonna send the link out. Hey babe. I don't really know how to do this stream. I don't even know how to put this link out. I guess I'll just say informal stream, I guess. I guess that's all people need to know about it. Okay, I guess that'll do. Did you guys want some music in the background? Because I can turn some on. Why can't I? Why can't I find my music? Weird. It's really weird. I can't find my music player. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Things are not working as I had hoped. Media player. All I can find is media player, but that's never what I would be using. So unless my computer just updated itself and got rid of like my music player. So loud. Is this okay? It's just something to play in the background. Well, well, I wanted to, I don't even know how to do this stream. I just needed a stream, you know, talking about stuff. About my baby. I've been wanting to stream since yesterday, but I just I knew when everything happened that I wasn't gonna be able to just go back to streaming normally, like nothing happened. So I thought doing a stream like this would be good. Is there anything? There we go. That music was it's too much. Maybe I should have waited to maybe I should have waited to stream. I was just yesterday I was doing some stuff on Genshin. I was trying to catch up with some quests and stuff, and I was just thinking, man, I wish I streamed these, and I guess that's what sparked me to stream today instead of later. I do want to stream. I just don't think I could go back to streaming normally for at least a little while. I might need another stream where I'm just, you know, talking. Take your time, thank you. I don't have very long to stream today, but I just I wanted to stream. I don't have anything calmer, do I? I don't have any calmer music. It's making it a little bit harder to... I think I'm just gonna turn it off if that's okay. Well, I guess if I'm gonna talk about it, so on the 4th, he unfortunately had to be put down. Gosh, not already. Okay. I'm fine. I've been doing a lot better already, believe it or not. I told myself it'd be okay if I cried, but it's a little too early. Sending wish. Thank you, Slayman. I really appreciate it. So yeah, on the 4th, we unfortunately had to put him down. He, gosh. So, on the 1st, just before we were all about to go to bed, he was having some trouble getting up, and you know, we were concerned about it because of course we're worried about him all the time, and we weren't like super concerned about it because he was still walking okay, you know, he was having a hard time getting up, and he's done it before. he's had some issues with his spine and stuff, and his hips, and so we just kind of thought maybe it's the arthritis. And if something else is going on, it's fine because he has a vet appointment already scheduled in the morning because he's going to the vet all the time. He hated the vet. And he I was woken up the next morning by my mom, and she's saying she's taking him to the vet, and if it weren't for the look on her face, I wouldn't have questioned anything because he already had an appointment scheduled beforehand. But she just had this look on her face like something was terribly wrong, and they'd already gotten him in the car, so I didn't see him. But she took some video of him trying to walk, and he was really wobbly, and he kept falling over. His back legs just weren't working properly. So, of course, I'm getting really worried at the point. But I still wasn't thinking that it was going to be anything, super serious, like life-ending. And so they took him to the vet like planned, and they didn't know what was wrong with him, so they referred my parents to a vet in Canada who was a specialist, and they looked him over. They still weren't quite sure what was wrong, so they wanted us to go back in the morning and get him checked out again. And by the time he came home, he already couldn't walk anymore. He was trying really hard to walk, but he couldn't walk on his own. He had to have someone, holding his back legs up. And he was trying his best to walk, but he just couldn't. He couldn't walk. And then, so we took him. We all went to this vet in Canada. It was a long drive, and we all went. And in the morning, he really couldn't move his legs at all. So he went through a bunch of tests all day. They brought him back and forth to us because, obviously we wanted to see him, but we couldn't go in with them when they're doing like MRIs and stuff. And by the end of it all, they figured he had cancer on his spine, and it was so bad that his spine was out of place. And I still wasn't at the point yet that I still wasn't at the point yet that I thought he was they were still wanting to try and help him, so we were trying. He got some steroid shots, and those would have worked, or at least started showing some progress by the morning. And at none of us could really sleep. We all slept out in the living room. We brought a mattress out for him to lay on, and by 2 o'clock in the morning, we were all woken up by him because he was whining, and he was needing to go. He's needing to go to the bathroom because you have to do that. he couldn't go on his own anymore. So that was kind of the point where we realized he couldn't. So we took him in the morning to a closer vet hospital because his usual vet wasn't available until later into the afternoon. He just couldn't. We didn't think he could last that long. Yes, thank you Detail, thank you Austin, Augustin, sorry, and hi Terby, welcome to the stream. It's not a happy stream today, I'm sorry. Yeah, this was a 3-day long endeavor. It was a little bit traumatic, I guess. It's been good. It's really hard because he was a dog that loved to run. He loved to run and to play, and to not be able to walk at the end of his life. Sorry. Fate is a cruel mistress. I stayed with him as much as I possibly could through it all because I was really worried about him, and I didn't want him to be alone at all. So if I could be around him, I was around him. I was even holding my bladder a lot longer than I should have been because I just didn't want to leave him alone. Unless someone else was with him or the vets were checking him over, I was right next to him the whole time. It's just hard. I've been doing a lot better, which is kind of surprising because I kind of expected to be out for a month before I was at the point I am now, and I have recovered pretty quickly, all things considered. He was my baby though. Where do I even begin talking about him? He was just a sweetheart. He loved playing with his toys a lot. When he was younger, we would throw toys for him, like outside or in the house, and he was so wild. He was so wild that he put his head through the wall a few times and didn't even flinch. He acted like it never even happened. We joked he had rocks for a head because he was just. He's a silly dog. He had a one-track mind, and I loved him for it. He was really cuddly too, and he wasn't quite as cuddly after my last dog died last year. He was still cuddly, he just wasn't quite as cuddly, but if you sat next to him, he would cuddle with you, and you would not move for a long time because he wouldn't move. He wanted to cuddle. He was really sweet. I don't think he had a mean bone in his body. I would say he wouldn't hurt a fly, but he liked to chase them and eat them. He's really playful though. He would act like this big mean dog anytime someone came near the house or the yard. But if you got near him, he was just the sweetest thing you'd ever met. It's kind of like a combination of being scared of other people, other things, wanting their attention, and wanting to protect us. It's like a combination of all three of them. And you know, my last dog passed away last year. We were the two of us were having a rough time because he loved his big brother. He was always cuddling with his big brother. He would always have his head on his butt. We were there for each other. And he loved getting kisses and cuddling, and I already said he loved to cuddle. He did this funny thing where, he was always happy to see people. He was always happy to see me, especially. And he did this funny thing where if he was a little bit excited and you like put your hands out to welcome him to you, like, hey, come here, buddy. And just put your hands out, you know. If he did that and got a little bit excited, he would come up to me and he would stick his head right between my knees. And he wanted me to press his head between my knees because he liked it. And he wanted me to scratch his back. You silly. And he liked toys more than food. Speaking of food, even with his arthritis, he was always climbing up on the kitchen counters trying to get food and licking the dishes in the sink. We had a lot of good times together. Like, he loved going on trips, especially if that trip was to the beach. He loved going in the water and then playing around. He liked to dig in the sand too. he was the he was the kind of dog where if you're not a dog person, you would have loved him. Because he's just really sweet. And he kind of made everyone fall in love with him. I'm gonna miss him. Sorry for crying you guys' ears. I'm just I'm gonna miss seeing him taking a nap in all of his favorite places around the house, like underneath my parents' computer desk in the living room, on his favorite spots on the couch, stealing my mom's seat on the couch every time she got up, and right next to the front door, right up against the front door, especially in the winter because the cool air would come through it. And his favorite spot in the whole house was at the end of the hallway, next to my mom's bedroom. It's just anytime he got like scared or anxious or anything like that, he would go down to that spot because he felt safe there. And that's where he stayed before we took him to. I'm gonna miss seeing him sleep too. He was always either cuddling with something or he was sleeping in a really weird position, like on his back with his head like flat on the floor, and he had this toothy grin on his face while he slept. Or like he would, how do I explain it? He would kind of like there there were a lot of times where he would like sleep with his legs in the air, but the rest of his body was on his side. So he'd turn his legs over to stick them straight up, and he would prop them up on the wall or against the couch. He did a lot of funny things. He's a funny dog. I gave him lots of belly rubs, that's for sure. Because he was always sleeping on his back. And apparently dogs sleeping on their back means they're comfortable, so I'm glad he was comfortable at home. He would roll around in the grass outside too. He liked sunbathing, and that's why he has all those freckles on his nose. I don't know if you can see, but he has a bunch of freckles on his nose, and that's because he liked to sunbathe. I could probably go on for hours. Maybe even days. But, unfortunately, I do have to go soon. If I had more time, I'd keep talking. But when my last dog passed away, I really beat myself up over not being able to talk about him on stream because I got too choked up and I didn't want to cry on stream. I decided it was okay this time. I didn't want to beat myself up over it too. And he was my baby. I mean, they're all my babies, but if I had to say one of my dogs is my baby, it was him. So, yeah. Thank you guys for coming and for listening. Thanks for being courageous enough to talk about it. He sounds like a really special dog. He was a really special dog. He was really special. I've had 4 dogs in my life, and I've loved all of them so dearly. And I'm not picking favorites, but of all dogs, he was my dog. Everyone in my family's kind of had like, oh, this is my dog, this is my dog. He was my dog. So yeah, I need to get going. Thank you guys. I'm probably not going to be able to get back to streaming normally for like streaming like games and stuff for a little while. I just need time to process. Tell me, what are you saying? I need to translate. Lost it to your family members. I'm sorry. Arigato. Arigato gozaimasu. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Thank you guys. I want to keep talking about him, but I really have to go, so I really have to stop now. Right. Thank you guys. See ya. See you guys.